Okay, we are live. Now I just got to go in and get the live stream link and share it to the community. Wait for a few minutes. Crypto JTM with the first comment. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Excited to be able to essentially get to connect with the community on it's on a completely different level, right? You guys can watch my videos. You can follow the Tenaz socials. You can hear other things from the team. But I feel like this is just the absolute best way to answer all your questions, to literally cook together. We can come up with ideas. I get to share with you directly the next steps of Tenaz, what we're working on, our successes, short and long term. So this is really exciting, guys. So again, just give me a sec here. Just need to share the link to this. Make sure everyone gets a chance to get on. Super exciting, guys. So this is the the first of many. This is fun for me. We're all part of the same community, same project. Obviously, I'm the founder, but like I tell you guys all the time, I can't do this without you. So, like I said, things like this are super exciting. Sure, there's a little bit more efficient way to have. I guess I could have scheduled live probably through YouTube. It's my first time actually doing a YouTube live, so obviously the process is new to me. While I was doing it, I realized that I could have scheduled the live, and so I would have had I would have had the link already. Would have been able to share that for everyone, but that's okay. We got time. Okay, guys, if you get a chance, please retweet that post I just sent. It's a link to this live. It's gonna take 2 seconds. Jump on Twitter, jump on X, give that a retweet. Share this around. Let's get everybody in here. I'm excited to cook. I'm excited to communicate with you guys. Lots of familiar faces. Star Lord, lots of you guys have been with us since day one, and that is such an incredible feeling. You have no idea. So the main topic I wanted to discuss on this live, and because I know there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of questions around the NFTs, so I wanted to get the chance to tell you with this method. Anyway, gives you the chance to ask questions back to me. I'm happy to answer. I'm an open book. This project is built on transparency. So anyways, I guess I'll start to, again, this is, I see all your comments, guys. This is amazing. But yeah, let's start it off. I want to talk a little about the NFTs, where we're at right now with Tenaz, some things we want to complete this year. Obviously, I see a lot of comments about KYC, a lot of questions around that, with the when listing, when TGE, that side of things, listing in TGE is not important to me. I've said this a lot in the past in my videos. I've communicated this through other social medias. And the reason being is if we were to go live tomorrow, okay, what value does Tenaz really have? What reason is there for people to hold? I don't see a whole lot. We've got a strong community, we've got a large community, but that's pretty much it. I want real utility, real purpose for the token, so it's just not a dumping party. I want people not only to want to hold the Tenaz they have when we're live, but I want people to build to want to buy more because they can see a future for Tenaz, because they can see financial gain, because they can see potential. I want to create more value for the tokens that you have. So that's the question that we all need to ask ourselves. Okay, there's no date for TGE or listing. The question we need to ask ourselves is, when are we ready? Where's the ecosystem at? What, those are the accomplishments we need to look at. So again, I'm not in a rush. Okay, you look at other crypto projects, compare ourselves to, obviously, where I'm not putting ourselves on a level playing field with them, but think about Ripple and XRP. Okay, the first time I purchased XRP was in 2017. Thinking back now, 9 years later, they're still building, guys. They're still grinding. They're still developing new technology and releasing that into the financial markets. We are not even a year old. The mobile mining application has just launched last summer. We as a team, it's our job to balance development. There's the other moving parts, of course, is financials. We need to find funding in different ways. We need to find time ourselves. We need to continue to grow and add members to the team. We need to network with with bigger partners. Essentially, we are in a lot of talks with a few different exchanges, and that's not just for an exchange listing, but we're looking for partners. Okay, people out there have technology that we can use. They have resources that we can use, and we can benefit them in other ways too. So, that, of course, there's a lot of moving parts as a dev, and we're doing our best, and we really appreciate, again, the community. So I'm just going to take a minute now I want to read some of your guys' comments. Obviously, I can talk, but I want to hear from you guys. So I'm going to go through, scroll up just a little bit, read down. Lots of good mornings, lots of greetings, and I really appreciate that, guys. This is one thing I absolutely love too. Vietnam, Ghana. Like, I love seeing where you guys are from, because we are global, and that's something that we should all be extremely proud of. With the total supply of 100 billion tokens, what do you think the listing price might be, and when is the listing expected to take place? Also, is there any plan to implement token burning? So, first question, obviously, I basically just covered that. Listing date is undetermined, and I don't think that's something that we will be determined probably like a few months prior to when we are ready. But again, that is not our focus. We don't want to that's a project killer, is listing without utility. So with the 100 billion tokens, I do hear a lot of questions about that. We envision ourselves as a fintech leader, okay? Handling cross-border payments, handling day-to-day payments. If when that day comes and we get the chance to have a tap to pay app, there is billions of people on this planet. If billions of people are tapping to pay with their phones, just like Google or Apple Pay, but paying with cryptocurrency, there needs to be a lot of liquidity. There needs to be a lot of tokens in circulation. So we're thinking big, but remember, 100 billion supply is only if everything is in circulation. Okay. Right now, we're not even at 500 million tokens that are in circulation. So that number is like, we are considering, will we reach that total 100 billion supply? We don't know. There is potential that we might cut it short early, depending where the project is in a year or two. But again, we don't know that. But we do want to implement some type of a burning mechanism into the future. How that looks, I don't know. That's something for future conversations. But yeah, I mean, all of that's on the table. Absolutely. It boils down to creating value. Okay. I know everyone looks at this number. Okay, that's a lot. We wanted to start there. And then as we go, as we build, we want to think, how can we create more value for everybody's holdings? How can we create more value for Tenaz? And if that means a burning mechanism, absolutely, we're open to talking about that. We're open to looking into it. If that means cutting the mining short and lessening the total supply, say when we hit 10 billion, absolutely, that's going to be on the table, because that could create more value for the token. But we also don't want to cut ourselves short and run into any issues like that in the future. So awesome, guys. I appreciate it. When NFT announcement. So yeah, let's talk about some NFTs. Like I said, this is one of the main reasons I'm doing this live. I want to give some clarity to the community. So NFTs, the purpose behind the NFTs, there's many. This is hitting a lot of many birds with one stone, I guess is I don't know if that's a common saying around the globe, but that's something we say in Canada. So anyways, NFTs, we need to gather funding to get onto the next steps of Tenaz. Development isn't cheap. Obviously, there is a lot of members on the team, and we are doing our best. So this is a great way to fund development and also build into the next steps of Tenaz with our whole social aspect that we are looking at. With the chat function, we are also looking at a shill zone. So there'll be kind of some different chat areas where people can select different languages, different countries, different topics, and then also a shill zone. Okay, we want our crypto mining app to be an all-in-one hub, essentially, for crypto nuts. Okay, obviously, I'm the founder of Tenaz, but I still own, trade, invest, buy into other cryptocurrencies. Okay, Tenaz is not like cryptocurrency is cryptocurrency. So, and I believe that's for most people. So, again, I want an all-in-one hub. So I envision a shill zone. People can pop off. You can drop your maybe a project that you're developing on a different blockchain. You can look at the other hot trades, other hot projects that are happening in the shorter term, and people get to shill those and a nicely UI bubble into the chat. So a lot of cool stuff like that. And then again, just beefing up the social aspect onto the app, beefing up the profiles, starting with the chat feature. We can get some DMs going where you can actually view other people's profiles, and then we can actually link KYC into the almighty blue check like on other social media. So if you go on someone's page, you see a blue check, you know they're KYC'd, they're a little bit trusted, whatever it may be. That's what we envision. Okay, we want to keep people on the app. We want to create more fun things on the app. So again, that links into KYC. The NFTs link into some amazing profile pictures for the social aspect. And then we also want to create more value by, if you have NFTs registered on the app, then you will get be it a mining boost or a constant airdrop. Okay, we look at other chains, we look at other projects, say Cardano. Okay, if you stake your Cardano, you get rewards every 5 days instantly. So things like that create excellent value. If you're an NFT holder, say per NFT, you're going to get a constant airdrop forever. So we think things like that would be great. It'll create amazing value for an NFT because essentially, especially down the road when we are live, when Tenaz is live and you're still receiving airdrops with a dollar value to them by holding these NFTs, then an NFT holds great value because it's essentially like a passive income business. And that's what people will buy it as. I can purchase this, I can hold this NFT, and I'm going to gain money. You look at businesses that buy and sell, or people that buy and sell businesses, you look at a return 3 to 5 years. If you're going to purchase $100,000 into a business, hopefully you can get that back in 3 to 5 years is a general term. So again, with a passive income business, something in the form of an NFT, you're going to create X amount of value for how much this is going to pay out over that term. And again, that's the demand that we're talking about. That's the demand that we want for everything we launch. We don't just want to launch it, put it out there, here we're done. We want to give people a reason to want to hold it, because value is built from demand. So without demand, there's no value. That's something we pride ourselves on. That's something that we want to continue to, that's the philosophy that we want to continue to build with. So Absolutely. Or the NFTs are going to be huge. This is a huge milestone. This is something that we want to build into value for the community. And this is a huge step for the team as well. Because again, full transparency, we don't have millions of dollars. Okay. We are regular people. We have accomplished great things with our literal life savings. And part of the process is continuing to find funding as we go in different ways. Obviously, we have the Stellar Lumens Community Fund. That's something we will continue to work at. And that will help us build a lot of things in the future, because that's not just a one-time thing either. Anything we do that has to do with Stellar Lumens integration into our app or into our other project utility ecosystem can be funded by Stellar Lumens. It's a matter of grinding from the team. We've got to build the plans. We need to build the entire tech stack development plan and work directly with Stellar Lumens. So that's one example. There's also other blockchains. Again, if we add more blockchain functionality into our app, that opens up a lot of doors. Okay. Solana, Cardano, there's a lot of these good chains that also have development funding programs out there that we can access to keep building, keep grinding, keep getting new utilities in the future. But obviously that takes time. It's not like we can snap our fingers and say, right on, thank you, Stellar Lumens. We've just achieved 100 grand because we asked for it yesterday. Now we're ready to build, yada, yada, yada. Things take time. They only put these funds out every couple months, and it's a process. But again, that's one of the things that comes with building a project like this. We didn't start with again, massive amount of money or investment or anything like that, but I think this is a great success so far, and that boils down to everything we're doing. I'm extremely proud of, and everything the community is doing. Seriously, guys, we've grown so much. Your positivity is absolutely mind blowing, and that's what keeps us going. I'm proud to be transparent with you guys because I see it right back, and that's seriously incredible. Like I don't even know how to explain that in a good enough way, but I'm proud, guys. I'm super happy. So I'm going to take another minute. I'll go up, read some comments, and lots of them mesh together. So I'm just kind of getting a baseline. Obviously, KYC, I did touch on that a little bit just a couple minutes ago with the NFTs. I think that KYC and the NFTs would go hand in hand in a great way. That is something we will look at pushing the development into, because if it integrates directly with the social aspect that we want to build into the app, then absolutely that's one thing that we might have to do sooner than later. Normally the KYC, it's not as big of a rush for us because KYC is in preparation for launch. So we don't have a launch date. We're still building the ecosystem. We have a lot of building to go. So there's no rush on the KYC. Another thing I want to touch on the KYC as well. I do read a lot of emails, people searching for support, entering in the wrong birth date or entering in the wrong name or a simple fact like that. Please do not stress about that. Okay. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. Prior to KYC, I will put into the app the ability to edit those details. I don't expect you the date that you download and create your account. That shouldn't have to. If there's a mess up there, that's not the details that you should have to KYC with. I want you to KYC with your actual details. So whatever that is, even if you put in a fake name for whatever reason, when you created your account, I want you the opportunity to give me your actual details, because that's what KYC is about. Okay. It is legitimizing users. So yeah, absolutely no stress there. We will add the feature or the function, to be able to edit those details. So when halving takes place, that is something, and I do have some guilt there, because it obviously says in our roadmap that once we hit 100K users, we were supposed to do a mining rate lessening, a halving. So we did do a poll, we did do a community vote on that, and the community voted against it, so we kept it for now. That is something, obviously, we're working on a lot of other things, so that's something that unfortunately has been put on the back burner, but it absolutely, our roadmap needs to be updated. We need to look at that when the first halving will take place, and maybe that'll come with another community vote, because your opinion matters a lot to me. So yeah, absolutely, that's something that we do need to look at in the near future, and at least get a date, at least get something, an idea of when that's going to happen. Are we mining tokens or points? Well, essentially, they're tokens. There's a limited supply. You are the owner of those tokens. There's going to be a migration onto a blockchain one day. Right now, this is just the method of token distribution. Okay. This is the community builder. This is the project builder. This is when we build. This is the time we grind, we build. Again, we cook, we network, we talk, and we see what's going to work in the future. We get new ideas, and we build the ecosystem. Okay. I have no reason to name other projects or anything. I think lots of people are familiar with other mining projects, and I have even been let down in the past by them. And I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't work from them. And I want Tenaz to be everything that they are not, essentially, when it comes to launch, because yeah, they're one of the biggest launches ever, and it was a dumping party. People had no reason to hold. I'm guilty. I dumped my coins because I was given no reason to hold. I seen no future value, and that's what I want Tenaz to. That's where I want Tenaz to be different. I want you to see value in Tenaz, and not only you, but I want people outside of Tenaz to see value. When we hit the exchange and we become tradable, we are on the blockchain. I want people to research us and say, wow, okay, so Tenaz is live. I'm extremely bullish now that I've just found out that I can actually spend my Tenaz in my everyday life. I can shop with my Tenaz. I can send my Tenaz. I can get rewarded with my Tenaz. I want them to be able to say things like that. I want to create value. So again, and I probably sound like a broken record with that thing, but that's the philosophy we're building with. That's our vision. Okay, that is the future of Tenaz. So what's the main purpose of bringing that NFT, and what is the benefit for it? I definitely just went over that. Again, it basically covers two things to simplify it. Okay. It supports development, it brings funding to the project, and it brings value for the community. We want to create some utility for the NFTs, where if you hold your NFTs, you are rewarded with Tenaz ongoing. So that is huge. And again, it's a piece of the community. You can hold a piece of the community. It's really exciting as well because it's going to be tiered. There's common, rare, and legendary NFTs. Legendary is extremely limited amount, and this is not something that's held by the team. This is an absolute 100% fair candy machine style mintage of the NFTs. So it's not like I don't get any NFTs. I'm buying some NFTs personally. Myself and the rest of the team, we are buying some NFTs, and we're crossing our fingers that we get legendaries, because I'm going to be a little sad if I'm the founder of Tenaz and I don't get to have a legendary Tenaz NFT as my profile picture. So once they're sold out, there's a 10,000 limited supply. Once they're sold out, that's it. You're going to have to buy one in the aftermarket. You're going to have to buy one wherever people decide to list them. There's a lot of great Solana NFT marketplaces, and watch out, because if there's a legendary NFT out on the marketplace, like I said, I'm going to be looking to buy it. If I don't get a chance to mint one, I'm going to need one. So what is Tenaz's long-term vision for building a truly sustainable and inclusive community network? Well, right now, what we are building this year, I think, is a strong foundation for that vision, a truly sustainable and inclusive community network. That's why I really want to beef up the social aspect of this project. I want a central hub for the Tenaz community and everything cryptocurrency. Okay, I want somewhere for everyone to be. I want people to be there and to be able to collect rewards. I want to I want to create utility into that social aspect as well. So again, that's what we're doing right now. We're building the foundation, we're building the community, and I think it's going extremely well. What problem is Tenaz trying to solve in the blockchain/crypto space? Well, the big question is, can you use your cryptocurrency? If you go out right now to the grocery store, can you spend your cryptocurrency? Can you spend your Bitcoin? Can you spend your Ethereum or XRP? You can't, and that's the problem. Crypto's been around for over 15 years, and I feel like we're extremely lacking in where we should be in terms of technology. Because sure, we can with blockchain technology is used to send payments cross border. We can exchange crypto for gift cards. We can do little things like that, but we cannot seamlessly. I should also make that extremely clear. Seamlessly spend our cryptocurrency in our everyday lives. Even other crypto Visa cards that are out there through crypto.com and other places like that, they're not the same. That's not what we're looking to build here. Those you have to still exchange your cryptocurrency for fiat on the app, and then you're spending your fiat through your crypto debit card. So it's essentially just a debit card. We want to be able to hold. We want you to be able to hold your cryptocurrency and spend that instantly. When you tap that card or when you tap your phone at a POS system, that is going to instantly, and that's the beautiful thing about blockchain technology too, is that the technology is there, the speed is there to instantly exchange that for whatever fiat currency that the POS system is asking for in the country that you are. So it's also easily accessible globally. It's going to gain that data from the POS system, make that swap, and then it will then have that fiat to then fund the POS system. But this is all going to happen in a matter of seconds. So then you can just go about your day. You can tap to spend, and there's nothing like that out there, and that's mind blowing to me. We want to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and our everyday spending. That's the vision of Tenaz. That's the real world problems we want to solve in the crypto and blockchain space. And again, that's not an easy task. Clearly, it's not an easy task because we've been around for over 15 years with blockchain technology and no one's done it yet. So it's going to be big, but that's what we're here for. We need KYC, utility, wallet in the app. Obviously touched a lot on that. Don't make NFT mandatory. Absolutely. NFTs are not going to be mandatory. You do not have to purchase an NFT. That's the other side of NFTs I haven't touched on yet. So we're building a launcher into the website. It's going to be front and center, easy to find, and it's going to cost 0.2 of a Solana to mint an NFT. That's it. Extremely cheap, whatever that amounts to. I think right now that's less than $20 US. So we want to keep them extremely cheap, obtainable, and then we want to build things to create value for those NFTs for the community. So like I said, once those are gone, they're gone. There's a limited supply. And but yeah, it's absolutely it's not a requirement. We would never force anything like that upon the community, but it is something that helps us, and in return, we're helping you. It's going to fast track a lot of the building for this year. We're going to be able to do a lot of great things with it. Another thing that it would be cool if NFT mint available on multi-chain. That's something interesting to look into. Again, we're open to exploring anything. Not everything will work out, but absolutely, that's what we're doing. We're building, we're cooking. So we're open to looking into it. This year, along with the social aspect, another thing that I have mentioned in the past we want to look into is blockchain is the best way to add blockchain functionality into our mobile mining app. This might be in the form of a swap feature where you can basically link, for example, a MetaMask wallet, and you can swap cryptocurrency on the fly. If you get Ethereum, you can swap for different other tokens. It won't be like a full DEX exchange. I don't think that build is worth it in any form. There's a lot bigger and better exchanges that we can't compete with, so I don't envision that for Tenaz's future. But swap feature would be great. The NFTs are a start for on-chain data, as well as a swap feature would build on-chain data. On-chain data is extremely important because when the big players like Stellar Lumens see us knocking at their door and we're asking for funding, we're asking to work together, that's what they want. That's something when we got our last application denied, there was a few bullet points, and that was it to work on. And on-chain data was one of them. Obviously, we were able to say, hey guys, we built this amazing, strong community. We've got well over 100,000 downloads. The community is extremely active and involved. We're able to say those things, and we're extremely proud of it. And that obviously catches their interest. But at the end of the day, what they said is, we want to see on-chain data because that's proof. That's what blockchain is. It's recorded. It's there forever. That's the proof. So that's another thing that's going to be solved with NFTs. That's going to create some proven on-chain data from the community, as well as if we can get like a swap feature or some kind of a blockchain integration where you can maybe a staking feature, a place to stake your other cryptocurrencies, Solana, Cardano, even Polkadot. Lots of these cryptocurrencies have great staking functions where you just literally hold it in there and you're rewarded a percentage of your holdings. Something like that anyway, to gain that on-chain data and to create more value for the user. Those are the couple things that we're working on. We always look at both sides. It's not just what's going to work best for the project. We always ask ourselves, what's going to work best for the project, what's going to push us forward, and what's going to be best for the community. So please, is Tenaz Visa card aspect still hold? So yeah, the Tenaz Visa card, absolutely. That's still something that we plan to launch in the future. We've taken a little bit of a turn and we've revamped that in a sense into the tap to pay app that we are developing framework for. We're working on funding for. We're talking to some big partners that might want to be a part of that as well, because it essentially it's a lot more streamlined. It's a lot more achievable when that happens. We envision from the tap to pay app that can be somewhere that you have the choice to order your physical debit card if that's what you prefer. Not everyone taps to pay with their phone, but again, it's something that we can get out there a lot sooner. It's something that can be pushed to the app stores, downloaded worldwide, and physical debit cards have to be physically mailed. So there's a lot of more moving parts with that, but they will basically envision them coexisting together. So absolutely. Launch the roadmap. We have a roadmap. Check out the website, mindtenaz.com. I did mention earlier in this video that we do have to update the roadmap. It hasn't been updated since it's been launched the initial time. Of course, we've been working on a lot of other things, but that's definitely something that needs to happen. I agree. So we're going to work on that. Is there a team or one person? There is a team. I do have a core team with me, Steve Bezanson and Brett Cleveland. You can view them on the website as well. Obviously, I am the original founder, and I'm obviously the face of it. Doesn't mean they're not working just as hard as me. I'm just the one that you hear from pretty much. So, but again, we're built on transparency, guys. I love not just being transparent with you. I love the connection that we have from the core team, myself, and the community is so strong. I believe that debit card supported by a cryptocurrency platform would help it grow more and more, and update the app with the intention of using tokens generated through ads. Okay, that's an interesting thing. So rewards. Well, but yeah, that's actually, we did have a rewards button on the app before, and we had a lot of issues listing with Apple. Apple is a lot more strict than Android, iOS, or sorry, iOS is a lot more strict than Android, and they had a problem with our earn button. We used to have an earn button where the chat button is right now, and the idea was you got the chance, if you preferred to watch more ads and gain more, if you don't mind the ads, then you could watch up to 10 ads a day, and you'd earn an airdrop of Tenaz for every video that you watched. But they had a problem with that. Yeah, for a few different reasons. They just didn't think that it was allowed on their store. So we had to completely scrap that feature. And it's something that we might be able to revisit if we can explain a couple things to them of why people want Tenaz, essentially, what the point is of watching the ad to get it. But again, with building into the current app that we have, that is something that we can look at. Along with the chat feature as well, something that I forgot to bring up in this video is P2P. Something that I have always questioned of why isn't a thing on any social platform is, why is it only the creator that's rewarded every time? Everywhere. YouTube, okay, lots of the creators will earn money from it, but all the viewers and commenters and supporters in the community don't. TikTok, same thing. I think TikTok has like a creator fund that they share with people, but all the people who are actually supporting the creator get nothing. So something that I always wanted to build into some kind of technology is not just a like button, but a tip button. You can click tip, it'll drop down. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can choose how much Tenaz you want to tip them. So that's the first form of P2P we want to do. You'll be able to tip people's comments. I think it'll build a lot of positivity. It's a really interesting concept that can be used into other social platforms as well, and we'd be the first to do it. So that to me, that's really exciting. It's a breakthrough thing for Tenaz. It's a step forward in P2P. That will also provide us data that we can show some of the big dogs like Stellar Lumens. Maybe if we're looking to work with Solana in the future, or Cardano, as example, we need to be able to prove the activity in some way. Okay. To build even more trust, will the team consider publishing smart contract audits before mainnet and sharing more details on the Global Ambassador Program? Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Obviously, like I said, we are not in a rush. We're not just going to launch mainnet without any testing. Audits are 100% necessary, especially like, we're a fintech company. We're dealing with finances. Those things to launch at a global scale, just audits being necessary is an understatement. There is so much work that has to go into regulatory compliance, especially regulatory global compliance. We could be compliant in Canada, but that doesn't mean we're compliant in the United States, South America. Doesn't mean we're compliant in Europe, in Nigeria. Like it's different everywhere. So that's where it's an extremely amount of work, and but that's what we're here to do. So absolutely, I feel like that question as well, though, is leaning towards sharing that information with the community, and that's what we pride ourselves as transparency. So absolutely, when we hit that point, you will hear about it. You'll hear where we're at, and we will want to hear from you as well for your feedback. What other utilities are you guys adding to Tenaz to enable us to acquire enough Tenaz? So like I said, maybe we could look at the video thing in the future, the tipping feature from commenting, that kind of sparked something in my mind that made me remember, the NFTs are also going to have a referral program. So if you refer people to to our website and they purchase an NFT, you get 10% of that revenue, and that's directly with monetary value. The purchase price of the NFT, you get 10% of that for every NFT that's purchased. So that's something that's super exciting. I know you guys refer people to Tenaz. Tenaz is obviously not live for. We have a lot of building to do, so it's exciting to give you something on the short term that you can actually earn something with monetary value for doing what you're doing, just to keep grinding, keep pushing the project out there, and you can earn instantly. The exciting thing part about this as well is that it's going to grow our user base by so much, I believe, because we're attacking a whole nother market. Everyone's in cryptocurrency for something different. I was hard into NFTs, Cardano NFTs specifically, a few years back. They're super exciting things, and there is an extremely large community of NFT holders, purchasers, sellers. That's still, the valuation of NFTs is in the billions still. So it's super impressive. And there's people out there that might not be interested in mobile mining, but there's people out there that are interested in NFTs. So it's going to give us a chance to bring us all together. What's the price tag of listing coins? That we don't know. We don't have an answer for that, unfortunately. Hope we can greet your teams. Let's see them. Yeah, that's a great idea. Honestly, one day, this is a live stream to connect with the community. It's not going to be, this is the first one. It's not going to be the last one, right? It would be absolutely great if I could have the other team members here with me. We'll definitely have to line that up one day. And let's see what other questions we have. There should be a wallet for migration of the Tenaz in the platform. I believe this would help boost the Tenaz platform, bring investors to the project. My opinion, though. I do agree. If we can get to some sort of a test net, and maybe that in that wallet could maybe be linked to the P2P tipping. Right now, we are able, though, to do the P2P tipping with your balance right now. That's essentially that's the closest thing to a wallet balance you have is your balance. It still has the functionality to go in and out. Once we introduce the P2P tipping, that's the balance that will go up and down. So it's not just counting points. It's a registered, recorded balance sitting in that wallet. So the functionality is already there, but definitely we'll have to have a wallet function when we get a little further on and get into the test net. Another thing as well that we've noticed something go extremely wrong with other projects is the migration. Migration shouldn't be a one-time thing and then wait for the team to do it again however many years later. Migration should be on the fly. It should be in the form of a button, in the form of a withdraw button. Your balance in Tenaz, to migrate it into the registered wallet on the blockchain, should be in the form of a withdraw button. That's going to be the migration. Every time you click withdraw of X amount of Tenaz into the wallet, that is now going to mint the token onto the blockchain, increase the total supply by X amount of Tenaz, and now it's a tradable token. That power should be in your hands, not in our hands. Those are your tokens. You're mining, you're grinding, you're a part of the community, you're earning those. So that's something that we want to be a lot more streamlined as well. Please, I realize the referral system is faulty because I refer some people, but as soon as the person pays my code, it says something which I forgot. Question. My question to you would just be, when did that happen? Because we absolutely did have an issue with the referral system. It has been patched. It required an app update. We found a couple bugs in the referral system. A lot of it is our servers get overloaded. There's a lot of action and usage on our app, and it's obviously we're keeping up with it, but that's just a part of our jobs, right? But we did find a couple bugs, and we fixed them. So if that happened to be a week or two ago that you noticed that happen, it should be fixed now. If there's still something faulty in the referral system, then we're going to have to take a look. Absolutely. But yeah, so that would be my question to you is when that happened. So I think earlier this month. Absolutely, that makes sense. There was a bug, but it should all be patched up now. So when will the NFTs be going live? Should be within the next 2 weeks. Actually, we're hoping. The artwork is just being polished right now. It's extremely exciting. I'm a pretty big nerd for that stuff again, so I'm going to be hunting those legendaries because that stuff gets me really excited. But yeah, the artwork's being built, polished, and we are developing the launcher right now as we speak. It was actually we just had a meeting this morning about the referral system of it, and we decided on the 10% referral funding, because obviously, like, you're gonna have to connect a wallet with Solana to the launcher, so that's how you'll get credited instantly for your referrals. It's super exciting way to earn and support the Tenaz project. Eric, my sir, I want to understand you. I know it is tough. It's exciting to be a global project. I wish I knew more languages, but there is a lot of technology out there. At least we do live in 2026, and the translation technology is extremely strong. So please, guys, use that as much as you can so you can understand me. I want you to understand me. That's why I'm doing this. I want to connect with you. I want you to understand everything in depth, because that's what's going to build us a strong foundation. Okay, John Martin. So yeah, the P2P you're asking about, platform student on the Tenaz app. I did cover that. That is something that we want to build. It's a step-by-step process though, right? It's kind of we get over here, continue building this, and then we run into funding. We need to work at funding. We need to work at, it's a lot of moving parts. It's our job to piece them together, and that's exactly what we're doing. And also short-term and long-term projects to be building. Obviously, we have our bigger goals over here, where they're probably not going to be finished for at least a couple years. Some of these larger scale utilities do not happen overnight, and then so it's a balance of working at those, building the framework for these large scale utilities, and also over here building onto what we have already, some things we can produce in the short term to keep the community engaged, and basically community engagement and smaller utilities, I guess, is the word for the app, because P2P in the chat feature is a utility, right? That is a tradable mechanism for Tenaz, which is super exciting. Things that we also envision as well for smaller utilities is maybe building our own marketplace, right? Somewhere that people can list, just like eBay, can list up products, things you want to sell, and accept Tenaz. That's going to give Tenaz a dollar value prior to listing, because it's going to be decided by the community. How much Tenaz are you willing to accept for something that you own? How much Tenaz are you willing to give for something that you want? So those are examples of smaller utility in the short term, to keep things moving, right? To keep things moving. And then the bigger utilities, I know it can feel slow. It feels slow for us, right? We want these things to happen right away. But again, if they were able to happen right away, they would have been done already. Some of these utilities that have never been done. But the thing is the reward for completing them is much larger than completing things that have already been done before. And that's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for maximum value. Okay. We're not here just to be like every other project out there. We're here to change the world. We're here to solve problems, to bridge gaps. That's what we're here for as innovators. We're a fintech startup company to change the game. And that, again, it doesn't happen overnight. And it's an exciting process. And I want you to be excited throughout it too. We'll share as much as we possibly can. We listen, we accept feedback. And, but again, it takes time. Please, any coffee for us in Tenaz tokens for this live giveaway? Well, actually, yeah. Let's. I have some. I don't have any coffee. I don't know if that was a typo, but I have some swag to give away, guys. We have some hoodies. We have some hats. We got Tenaz hats. A few to give away. I'll ship these anywhere in the world. Super exciting. I got a couple hoodies right here. Are you integrating AI into your project? Sorry, there was another question there. Maybe in light form. Tenaz isn't an AI project, but AI might be used as an extra tool for the community, say in the chat. Maybe if there's an AI assistant or something in a similar form, we might look at that. I have another question. Apart from the in-game, do you plan to integrate any other in-game activities? Yeah, well, we're definitely going to look into it. That's just a matter of seeing basically CBA, cost benefit analysis, right? Is it worth it at this time? That's basically in shorter terms. What does it cost? What does it benefit? And so is it going to be worth it right now? Obviously, this game, the community really wanted some way to be able to earn more Tenaz as much as they want. Play the game as much as you want. You can earn more Tenaz from the total supply. So we want to introduce it in that form. It's not meant to be a hard game. It's not extremely challenging, but it's still engaging. So yeah, we definitely we'll look at more in the future. But then that's something we got to look at is do we make it fun, or do we make it actually more challenging? Do we link as well things like the NFTs into the game, right? Like that's what brings the whole ecosystem together. And so it's definitely on the table. Yeah, we'll be looking at adding to the game zone in the future. So 100 billion coin will affect the price burn down to 10 billion. So you're going to have to watch earlier in the video. I definitely touched on the total supply. Star-Lord, you're the first guy to comment on the swag hoodies. You're getting a hoodie for sure. So what I'm going to ask everyone who I delegate a piece of swag to, and I want to remind you as well, this isn't the only opportunity. This is not the only time that you're going to get a chance to get something cool like this. So don't be sad if you don't get it now. These are things that we want to do more often, engage the community. Again, though, CBA, we're not made of millions of dollars, but we're doing what we can. So what I'm going to ask is please DM me, not the MindTenaz X account, the @IamCryptoCam X account. Shoot me a DM. Okay, that's where we'll square up the address, and I'll get this sent off to you with shipping details and everything like that. So Star-Lord, hit me up, buddy. You are getting a hoodie. Let me read a couple more questions here. That latest question, no. Right now, can Tenaz credits you earn in the app be traded, sold, or converted into real cryptocurrency or fiat? That is can't DM is closed. Sorry, I'll have to open that up. Maybe just try in an hour or two when I get a chance to do that. So yeah, no, Tenaz can't be converted into anything of real monetary value right now. And again, the reason is because you dump it, you would sell it. Absolutely. I think everyone in this chat would probably sell it, and I don't blame you. okay? Because there is no reason yet to hold it. I'm not pointing any fingers. Again, I don't blame you. I've done the same similar thing on other projects in the past. As soon as it was tradable, it was gone. I sold it and I took the money and ran. And I'm glad I did because, again, they have never given a reason to hold it. So that's the difference that we're building. So, so I'm not getting nothing. Absolutely, that is not what I meant. It's going to be tradable one day. But before it's tradable, we are building an ecosystem. We are building value. We are giving people a reason to not only hold Tenaz, but we're giving them a reason to buy more Tenaz so we can create more value for your Tenaz. So let's see. So yeah, again, DM. I'm gonna open that up. I'll make sure that you are able to DM me. Will there be a burning mechanism? We're going to look at that in the future. Absolutely. I wouldn't sell. Still not sold pie. Wow, that's respectable, 100%. Because again, I'm transparent. I'm open, honest. I sold my pie, and but that's just what built me into a stronger dev with Tenaz. Is I recognize the flaws that I see anyway are flaws in other projects, and that's where I want to focus and build stronger. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, so one hoodie's going to Star-Lord. Let's do why don't we do a t-shirt hat combo giveaway? T-shirt and hat, Tenaz. So I want to hear from you guys. What is one thing that you want to see Tenaz build? Okay, I talk about utility. I talk about building, connecting the dots between cryptocurrency and everyday spending. What is one major thing that you see beneficial from that? Be it the debit card, the tap to pay app. Do you just want to send to friends like a PayPal style for bigger purchases? What is it? I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you want to see from Tenaz in the future as far as utility, and that alone is going to give you the ability to win this. I'm just going to pick a random comment, and I'm going to ship you out this t-shirt and hat. I did see one comment. Nuhu, my man. So Nuhu, you have giveaway the community, especially the people that's helping in the answering questions at Discord. Yeah, absolutely. Nuhu is I'm glad to see you here, man. Nuhu is our top moderator in our Discord channel. There should be a link to the Discord in the description of this video. Actually, hit it up. It's a great place for the community to talk, to connect, to answer questions. There's some simple FAQs in there as well. And there's also a weekly lottery. It's free to enter. There's a weekly and a monthly lottery. Sorry, my bad. Free to enter. Get in the Discord, enter in those lotteries. It's an automatic lottery bot, and you can win Tenaz every single week, every single month. Nuhu, buddy. Yeah, we're definitely going to set you up. You're going to get a swag pack. As also, we're developing the framework for an official ambassador program, and it's definitely guys like Nuhu that have just stepped up to the plate and done so much for us that, like, he's number one, right? And there's some other people in the community that do similar things. You guys are going to get the chance to be an official ambassador of Tenaz, and we're going to open that door and figure out a really cool. I know that dude from the Discord channel. Yeah, that's what's sweet. He's definitely, you can't miss him in there. He's very vocal. He's very active, and we appreciate it. But yeah, the ambassador program is going to be really exciting. That's what we started just developing and ordering some swag. That's going to be a part of it, obviously. There might be a little bit of there's obviously large Tenaz rewards for our ambassadors, and some monetary value rewards mixed in there as well. And yeah, super exciting. If we feel like that's gonna help bridge the gap between the language barrier that there is with a lot of our community, and we know that's a struggle, but that is also why we built into our app like every single language there is. You can convert our app into. We see those problems, and we want to keep streamlining. We want to keep making them even more efficient, and an ambassador program is going to be huge for that. We want to see Tenaz have its own non-custodial wallet app. Love it. I absolutely love it. So my question for that is, do you mean for the Tenaz token, or do you mean in general? Do you want to hold your other cryptocurrency holdings on the Tenaz app, or is it just is it just for Tenaz's future? How to DM you? Hit me up at IamCryptoCam on Twitter. I was just made known my DMs are closed, so I'm going to open those up, give everyone a chance to get a hold of me, and then we can hash out the addresses and stuff. And over the next couple of weeks, I'll get this swag shipped out to you. So, will Tenaz have DEX soon? I did mention earlier that I don't think that's something that's really on the table right now. I don't think it's worth it. Decentralized exchanges already exist. There's enough of them. So, and that is, to develop something like that is expensive. I'll put it that way. I could throw some astronomical numbers at you, but I don't think that's going to benefit the Tenaz community or the Tenaz ecosystem enough to make it worth it. So I don't think we're going to build a DEX. We might build some simple swap features into the app, again, for a few different reasons. But let's see what we got here. Star-Lord, excited about for the ambassador program. Absolutely, man. I'm super excited too. Tenacious, I love it. Somebody translated it. That's the idea behind Tenaz. Is it if translated to English, it means tenacious, and that means not giving up, pushing forward, doing whatever it takes. So that's the whole idea. Ability to spend Tenaz at groceries, eateries, and more at Bitsbend, sorry. Yeah, you're getting a t-shirt hat combo here. I appreciate that. That's exactly what we envision as well. Crypto OG, I want to see an own DEX and liquidity provider. Although we're not going to be doing DEX, like I said, anytime soon anyway. I still appreciate it. I appreciate the comments, the suggestions. Even if it doesn't happen, I appreciate it. That's what this is about. So you're getting a t-shirt and a hat as well. Hit me up. So that is all for today, guys. Got a few swag packs going out. I hope this was informational. Hope it wasn't too informational. Again, my main objective from this is I want you guys to deeply understand what we're building. You know, like, I want to be transparent with you guys so you can really see our vision, so you can be a part of the strong foundation that we're building at Tenaz. And I hope that's what we accomplished here. Obviously, I could ramble on and overcomplicate things and confuse things, and I hope that's what I haven't done. A massive thank you, guys. This is huge. I appreciate all you guys. I will keep saying it. You're never going to hear me stop saying this, is that we can't do this without you. So thank you, guys. In the meantime, hit up the Discord. Absolutely. You're going to meet Nuhu there real quick. and you get to talk to some of the other founders of Tenaz as well. They're in there. There's lots of great stuff along with the lotteries. There's lots of cool art channels and things like that. It's a place just to connect with the community. Also, get bullish on the NFTs. Get excited. This is going to be huge. We've got a huge community, a strong community, and these are an instant utility for the Tenaz ecosystem. There's a limited supply, extremely limited supply. And remember, I'm going to be hunting legendary. So if I see one in the aftermarket, you best watch out. I'm going to be minting my own NFTs out of the random candy machine style minter and shooting for a legendary. The rewards that we build in the future are going to be tiered. If you own a common, it's going to be worth X amount of Tenaz airdrops forever. And a rare is going to be worth X amount. And a legendary is obviously you're going to earn the most Tenaz for holding a legendary. And it's instant utility. We plan to design it as a passive earning mechanism for holding, for a rewarding system for being a part of the NFTs. We made them extremely cheap. $20 is it's achievable. I'll say that. So we made them cheap, accessible for the community. It's going to fund development. It's going to really streamline. Once we are past the launch and mintage of the NFTs, we're going to have the chance to announce some extremely exciting things. And something that I forgot to touch on as well is when all 10,000 NFTs are minted, we are giving away $50,000 US. You might have seen this in the previous video, but if you haven't, I will tell you right now. We're going to divide it up so it's not just a $50,000 only one winner out of everybody. We're going to divide it up so you got better chances of winning. There's going to be some $1,000 prizes, some $5,000 prizes, $10,000 prizes. We're going to divvy it up that way. So that's going to make a huge impact, and that's what we want to do. We want to impact people's lives in a positive way. We want to help you. We're all in this together. We're all building. So that's going to be super exciting, guys, to be able to do that and to hear the stories of how that's going to help people. So yeah, $50,000 giveaway when we mint them all, and then the rest of the money is going to go towards development, and then that's when it's going to get really exciting for the current mobile application. We're going to look at that social aspect, maybe linking KYC into it, and all of those things we discussed in this video. I could just go on and around and around, but anyways, guys, thank you again. This has been huge. I'm just going to take one last look to make sure we await very soon. Tenaz to the moon. So I want to make sure there wasn't any comments that just to clear up very quickly. When NFT schedule release and how the price. Again, it's going to be 0.2 Solana. So tuck away some Solana. It's only 0.2 Solana per NFT. The more NFTs you hold, the better chances you are going to get at winning a cash prize out of the 50,000. As well as the more NFTs you hold, obviously going to allow you to receive more airdrops in the future. So keep that in mind, guys. Get ready. We're hoping within the next 2 weeks, we're going to get a chance to launch the NFTs. It might stretch a little longer, of course. Development takes time, but it's not going to be very long. It's not. We're working on that right now. So leaderboard, I like that idea as well. But sorry, Bits Ben. Hit me up on X, okay? At I am CryptoCam. I'm gonna open up my DMs right away here as soon as I end this live stream. Hit me up in my DMs, and I'll get that address and I'll get this stuff shipped out to you in the next couple weeks. So again, thank you guys. Stay bullish. NFTs is the next big thing coming down the pipeline while we work at other bigger projects as well. And until next time, guys, I really enjoy this. I think this is extremely beneficial. So this definitely won't be the last live stream. And I'm definitely going to look at how we can incorporate all of the team into these as well. And we're just going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're really going to make a wave in the blockchain space. So take it easy, guys. I'll be talking to you very soon.